Hello, everybody. Welcome to Browns and Beyond, your home for Cleveland Browns content, NFL content, and other sports content. If you're enjoying the show, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you stay locked in with all the latest sports content. All right, guys, here we are. We finally arrived. We're at part 3 of the Extravaganza. We're welcomed here by Mr. Steve Retzer and Dave Greenshow. Guys, excited for part 3?
You know what it is, gentlemen? The moment of truth.
The moment of truth, baby.
Of truth
I'm ready. We're ready, Brent.
All right, yeah, definitely excited about this. Let's go over the format for part 3 of the Extravaganza. We're going to start out getting into the MVP. We're going to pick the NFL MVP prediction, the Rookie of the Year, the Defensive Player of the Year, the Coach of the Year. Then we're going to give our 14 playoff team predictions. Who's going to make the playoffs? 7 from the NFC, 7 for the AFC. Then we're going to make an AFC conference prediction. Who's going to play in the AFC Championship game? Do an NFC Championship game prediction as well. And also we're going to pick the 2 teams meeting for the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl winner. Yep. So we will start with Mr. Steve Retzer. Steve, give me your thoughts on the MVP of the upcoming season? Who do you got?
All right, Brent, I'm going to shock everyone here. I didn't go with like the regular guys that we always do.
Joe Fate Boom?
MVP, not Joe Fate Boom, but you know who I'm going with? C.J. Stroud, Houston Texans. Shocker.
Jeez.
Shocker.
Are you knocked over with a feather?
You know what? I don't mind the pick because I do like him. He's a Buckeye. You know what? It's not a bad idea because Houston could get hot this year.
They could. There's some I said, I have some questions about the talent around CJ. I don't have any questions about CJ though.
The injuries, we talked about
line
that.
And maybe if his receivers better stay healthy too. But go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I think he's going to be just fine. They win that division. You know, I do think they're going to make some noise in the playoffs.
Okay.
You know, he's going to have his best season yet. He's healthy.
Okay.
He's learned how to play without some of his running backs, some of his receivers. He's learning how to do just that. And I think he's really going to be solid, guys. You can't give it to Lamar Jackson every year because he's already won 2. I wouldn't say Josh Allen every year because he won last year. You got to mix it up. It'd be like giving Andy Reid Coach of the Year. You can't.
You got to have some new stories, right? Kind of like LeBron. He can't get it every year.
Get the MVP every year.
Stroud is the guy. You sold me first 3 years ago, Brent, and I didn't believe you, but I'm believing.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm going with them, guys.
Not a bad pick.
He wins the division every year. He can win playoff games. He's proven
he's won a playoff game the last 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, he's won it. So that's my MVP, fellas.
All right, we're going to turn to Mr. Dave Greenshow. Dave, give me your MVP prediction.
This was easy for me. I'm going to go with my man crush, Mr. Joe Burrow.
Wow.
He was a leading candidate in 2024. It did not help. His team missed the playoffs. He had a quarterback rating over 108, and get this, 4,900 yards, 43 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. Any other year, his team makes the playoffs or makes the Super Bowl run, that's your MVP of the league. Not to mention he carried a defense that gave up yards and points. He lost 4 games, again, as I mentioned, when his team scored over 40 points. I would add he had a terrible offensive line. Again, PFF ranked it 31st amongst offensive lines going into 2025. We have a quarterback that carries a bad line and a bad defense. He'll continue to put up great numbers in 2025. He's going to get his team back to the playoffs. He's going to repeat those numbers, and he's going to be your MVP of the league in 2025. Any thoughts, gentlemen?
I like it. That, he's usually up for a slow start, but he does a strong finish.
Okay.
Yeah, I concur. I have Joe Burrow as my MVP.
Okay, go ahead.
Absolutely. I feel like the Bengals are due for a winning season, and when I say a winning season, a long run in the playoffs. And it's his year. He's had some bad breaks, and I feel like this is the year he will not have a bad break. He will succeed. He will get back. And I think I'll have more to reveal as this podcast comes along. But I feel a deep run from Mr. Joe Burrow. I agree with you on the pick. I know Retzer is not a big Bengal guy. Yeah. He says the Browns always beat him and stuff like that. But I feel his time is here.
Okay.
That's what I think.
I got it.
He's
my
due.
MVP.
He's a nice candidate.
Yeah.
We're going to get into the next one, and that will be the Rookie of the Year. We're going to turn to Mr. Steve Retzer. Steve, what do you have for the Rookie of the Year for this upcoming season?
Brent, I have Ashton Jenney of the Raiders, the running back. I just think that, he'll be the best rookie out of all of them, obviously. Pete Carroll, I mentioned earlier, I meant to save it for this, but he loves his running backs.
He does.
He loved Marshawn Lynch. And
It's going to be his Lynch.
Yeah, this is good. Ashton Jenny, you guys, this guy is awesome. I think he looked pretty good in preseason. I watched a few plays. He's really going to make noise, guys. He's going to lead all the running backs in rushing. I think he'll be better than the defensive guys, and that's the reason I got him.
Okay. We're going to turn to Mr. Dave Greenfield. Dave, what do you got for the Rookie of the Year?
Agreement. Me and Steve Ritz are on the same page. Ashton Genty, he's the number one running back with Las Vegas, meaning he's going to get a majority of the carries. First of all, the guy's truck defenses in 2024. Remember, he had 2,600 yards rushing. I know, it's Boise State. But,
Still impressive.
Still impressive. And the guy's got all the physical tools to be a great running back and a workhorse running back in this league. And I know Pete Carroll is going to want to pound the rock. I think Chip Kelly's going to want to put an emphasis on the running game there with the Raiders. He'll be the clear number one. He has a coaching staff that really wants him to get the rock. Slight upgrade at quarterback, Steve, which means they can't load the box. If the offensive line shows a little improvement, by the way, I think he's 12 to 1,300 yards rushing on the ground. I have to say, I did give serious consideration to Matthew Golden in Green Bay, who I really, really like, and your guy, Travion Henderson, former Buckeye.
Yeah, Henderson's
with New England. I don't know if you consider them too, Steve, but I think both of those guys are going to have impact rookie years as well.
And Abdul Carter, I thought about him.
Yeah, if we pick the defensive rookie of the year, I think that might be our guy, right, Steve?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, very well said, Dave. We're going to get into our next one, and that is the Defensive Player of the Year. Turn to Mr. Steve Retzer. Steve, who do you have as your Defensive Player of the Year?
Another shocker, and you can see where I'm going with this, boys. I have Will Anderson Jr., defensive end, Houston Texans.
Great pick.
You guys, it's time for him to shine. It's time for the Texans to shine. I got Stroud at MVP. Now I got Will Anderson Jr. He's a game changer on defense.
Maybe a theme here, Mr. Retzer?
It may be. I think you guys are seeing something here. He's a game changer on defense. D'Amico Ryans, just awesome defensive-minded coach. The Texans are going to be on a roll. He's increased his sack total every year, as Dave mentioned. I think he had 7 sacks, then 11. I mean, so the guy's just going to get better and better. I mean, whatever about Micah Parsons. Hello, Mr. Will Anderson Jr. I mean, this is the guy. I think you'd be crazy not to take him on this, guys.
Okay. Well said, Steve. We'll turn to Mr. Dave Greenfield. Dave, who do you got for Defensive Player of the Year?
Well, a team I think is going to have a big year this year. I'm going with Jared Verse from the Los Angeles Rams.
Nice.
The second-year defensive end looked, he was really good. The 2024 first-round pick won the Defensive Rookie of the Year award, and it made a Pro Bowl selection. 89 pressures. I know he only had 4.5 sacks, but that's the most pressures generated by a rookie in the last 5 seasons. And after talking with teams throughout this summer, a rival executive predicted that Verse will be the league's best defensive player this season.
Wow.
One of the big reasons I expect the Rams to be in title contention. He's going to be my 2025 Defensive Player of the Year. I did have in consideration Will Anderson. The two guys I think are going to be right up.
You did, huh?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you the two guys. Jalen Carter with the Eagles, I think, will be up there.
He's solid.
And then I think Aiden Hutchinson's also going to have a nice comeback here with the Lions. I think both will be in the running of the award.
Comeback player.
Yeah, but I think Verse is really going to help kick that Rams defense another level. I think he's going to have well over a double-digit sack season and be your Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay. Dave, very well said. We're going to get our next one, and that is the Coach of the Year. We'll turn to Mr. Steve Retzer. Steve, who do you got for the Coach of the Year?
Well, you guys might know who I'm taking here, but I'm taking Mr. Mike Vrabel, the Patriots.
Yes, the family friend.
Woo!
It's the family. I'm surprised by this, Brett.
He calls them once every decade, but all of a sudden,
he waits
by the phone.
In Ohio State. We know what he's done.
Oh, my God.
Tennessee Titans coach them. He was Coach of the Year in 21. He'll be Coach of the Year in 25. He's going to turn this team around right off rip, right away, just like Harbaugh would do with the Chargers.
Coach.
He makes his players better. He's a leader amongst men, boys. This is a man. This is not a boy.
No, okay.
He's a leader without question. The Patriots are back in the playoffs again. I believe. I bet year after year.
Well, 11 wins, Steve. You're saying
11 wins, baby.
Okay.
So.
In Madden or in real life?
Oh, hey.
Hey, don't be shocked. They got the easiest schedule. he's back with his former team that he played for under Bill Belichick and everything.
We like May.
Now he's the man. We like Drake May.
He's got McDaniels back.
Yeah,
And
running that
McDaniels
offense.
is back to run the offense.
Yep.
They are just going to be solid. You know, he's a defensive-minded coach, so the defense is going to be good. To me, it's a no-brainer. Mr. Mike Vrabel.
All right. Going to turn to Dave Greenshield. Dave, who do you have for Coach of the Year?
Well, I kind of tipped my hand picking the AFC West. I'm going to go with the former Super Bowl winning coach, Mr. Sean Payton. One of the best offensive minds in football. Went over this in my predictions. I believe he finally has the roster that's set up to win this season. I think it's going to show with their record. His ability to get the most out of Bo Nix last year, I think, was very impressive in his best coaching so far. He didn't have Drew Brees, a Hall of Fame quarterback, and a lot of people had doubts about Nix. 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. They made the playoffs. This is a team that's going to be on the move in 2024. I believe win the division, and Sean Payton will benefit from being the coach of the year in 2025. Now, I don't think he's ever won it before, actually. I would have to take a look back.
Did he win back in the day? I mean,
Yeah, I
that was
wonder
back when. Remember the mortgage?
The mortgage crisis. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, we all lost our homes and everything, but it was rough.
You got a familiar friend that said some good things about this coach a little while back.
Yeah.
Remember I said he's one of the coaches, one of the top 5 in the game.
I
And
like
you got him.
I like
as coach of
Sean
the year.
Payton.
I
Yes,
like it.
He's my coach of the year.
Very well said. All right, we're going to get into our next one, and that is the playoff predictions. We will pick 14 teams, 7 out of the AFC, 7 in the NFC, and I will kick this off with my picks.
Okay.
And we will start with the AFC, and I am going to take the Cincinnati Bengals out of the AFC North, the division winner.
Wow.
Yeah, I got the
Get
Bengals.
out.
I got them winning the
Get
division.
out.
Yes, I
No
do.
kidding.
Let's move on. No comments,
No,
please.
God,
I like I like it when we just move on.
So
from
you started drinking a little bit earlier.
Is it showing? All right. The next is the Buffalo Bills out of the AFC East. By far, they keep rolling. They're doing well. I like Buffalo there. And the AFC West, we're going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
I feel like KC's still going to keep doing their the progression there. They're going to hold serve, win the division, and then we will go to the AFC South. I got the Houston Texans.
Okay.
Okay. We're getting into the wild card. I got the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
The Chargers of LA as another wild card, and I got the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
So that kind of wraps that up. Now, I'm going to give my NFC.
The AFC Championship game, huh?
No, we're going to get into the NFC picks for the playoffs.
Okay.
And we will start with the Philadelphia Eagles. They will be the NFC East selection. They're the division winner. We'll get into the LA Rams, the NFC West. I got the Tampa Bay Bucks in the NFC South. They're the division winner. And I got the Green Bay Packers. They will be the NFC North division winners. I got Green Bay winning that division.
Okay.
Just like Dave.
Yeah.
Dave, you got that too. Wild card wise, I got the Detroit Lions as a wild card. I got the Carolina Panthers
Oh,
as another
snake
wild
in.
card.
Get a little snake.
And of course, I got Mr. Jaden Daniels
Yes.
as a wild card
Yeah.
as well. And that would be the Washington Commanders. So that kind of wraps up my playoff predictions as far as who's getting in.
Okay.
And I'm going to move to you guys. Give me your 14 teams that will make the playoffs. Once we finish this, we will come back and then we'll get into the conference predictions. Okay? So we'll turn to Mr. Steve Retzer. Steve, give me your AFC playoff selections as far as teams that will be making it. And please note if they're the division winner as well.
You got it, Brent. So in your AFC East, I have the Buffalo Bills. They win that division, so they're in. AFC North, I got the Baltimore Ravens winning that, so
Okay.
they are in.
Yeah.
And the AFC South, I got the Houston Texans.
So far, so good.
In the AFC West, I got the Kansas City Chiefs.
I like that
You
pick. Yep.
I had to pick them. And now let's get to our 3 wild card teams. I got the Patriots.
Okay.
Well, since I said Mike Vrabel's going to be coach of the year,
Yeah.
they got to have a playoff berth, don't they? I would say so.
Yes.
I got the Cincinnati Bengals. I know you guys are high on them. I had to include them as a playoff team.
Okay.
So I got them in there. And I got the LA Chargers. They're going to be in there. You know who's not in there? I didn't have Denver. I didn't have a few of these other teams.
Well, you're not brilliant all the time, Steve.
Yeah.
Just most of the time.
Very well said. Steve, give us your NFC picks.
Okay, Brent. So on NFC, I do have NFC East. winning the division, the Philadelphia Eagles. NFC North, the Detroit Lions. NFC South, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
NFC West, I got the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
And my 3 wild card teams, I do have the Washington Commanders as well. I got the Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's one for you.
Who's that?
Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
I got 3 teams making
Wow,
the
that
playoffs
was a shocker.
in the NFC West.
Oh, North.
My apologies. Yes, in the
NFC North. Yeah.
3
Yep.
making it.
Well, that did happen a year ago.
Yeah, it happened again. Yeah, it did
That's a
happen.
repeat.
It could happen again. Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna
You think
happen
McCarthy's
again.
going to do it, huh?
I do think J.J. McCarthy's the
Okay.
answer. O'Connell's a great coach. McCarthy's going to be awesome. They got Jefferson to throw to. They got a great defense. In my opinion, they're pretty good.
Pretty good defensively.
Guys, they're in.
Okay, we will turn to Mr. Dave Greenshow. Dave, please give me your AFC selections for the playoffs.
Okay, well we're going to start with the division winners. I'm going to circle back to what I've already said. I think the Buffalo Bills are going to win the division again. I think the Baltimore Ravens are going to win the division again.
Yes.
I think the Houston Texans are going to win their division again. I think the only changing of the guard I have is in the West. I mentioned how much I like Sean Payton as my coach of the
Denver
year.
Broncos.
Is the Denver Broncos. I expect them to win the West. I do think the Chiefs will get in as a wild card. I think, but the Reed-Mahomes combination and the defense still gets them into the playoffs. My other wild card teams are the Cincinnati Bengals. I think Burrow, with his MVP year, gets them into the playoffs. And I think the Chargers, with a little bit of balance offensively and good coaching,
Well, I like you got them in there.
gets them as the other. Get the division winners in there. Let me start with the Philadelphia Eagles. And then I will start with the Green Bay Packers to win the North. I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the South. I have the Rams winning the West. And my wild cards, I have Washington, I have Detroit, and get this, Steve, I have the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Michael Penix.
Atlanta.
I like the offense that's surrounding them. I think they have an improvement to the front seven. I think they're going to be a little bit better defensively. I think this is going to be an offense to
Does
watch.
Kirk Cousins come back in?
Well, no,
Where's a Penix?
I think you get a good year out of Penix. I think you get a good year out of Bijan, and I think the front seven is better defensively.
Okay.
They go 10-7 and slip into as a wild card.
Well said. All right. We will get into the conference picks. I will start this off. I got the Cincinnati Bengals playing the Kansas City Chiefs for the
We've seen that
AFC
before.
Championship.
I've heard of that game.
Yeah, we're going to have a repeat of, what was that,
21,
21, yeah.
and 22.
and 22. That's
split.
right.
I would say, wasn't
Yeah,
it the
that's
third?
right. They split. Yeah, this will be the trilogy. And then I have the prediction on that one is I have the Cincinnati Bengals beating the Kansas City
Wow.
Chiefs. They're going to the Super Bowl.
Holy
and on the
shit.
NFC side, it's the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. And unfortunately, Philly will win that game, and they will go to the Super Bowl to play the Cincinnati Bengals.
Wow.
So that's it. I'm going to turn to Mr. Steve Retzer. Please give me your conference picks and your winner of the conference as well. So we will start with Mr. Steve Retzer. Steve, give us the AFC Championship
All right.
prediction.
All right, boys. I got the Houston Texans at the Kansas City Chiefs playing for an
Ooh.
AFC Championship.
Okay.
That's who I got. You had Texans in there, baby. I think they're ready to roll,
Houston
man.
lost a tough one in Kansas City in the divisional round.
They
last
did.
year.
So
Yeah.
they're going to match up again. And I hate to say it, but I took the Chiefs with
Okay.
experience.
Okay.
They're getting to the Super Bowl. I just had to do it. But the Texans were real close, and that's why I had all those guys listed, as I did. And to the NFC Championship, I got the Rams and the Buccaneers.
Oh, wow.
I'm excluding all the big dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Baker and Stafford in a shootout. That could be a game.
Would
by
that
the way.
not be an awesome game?
That'd be a great
That'd
NFC
be
champion.
fun.
I hope it's true.
NFL films, this would be something to watch for decades,
There you
guys.
go.
Philadelphia would be out. Green Bay would be out. You know what I mean? Like, many NFC teams that are good would be out of there. This will be just a blast. And I'm so excited. And guess who's going to win?
Who you got winning the NFC Championship, Steve?
I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wow.
Baker, bro. I'm a
First
Baker
Super
bro.
Bowl.
He's
First
gonna go-
Super Bowl.
Tampa Bay's going to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Wow. We will turn to Mr. Dave Greenshield. Very well said, Steve. Give me your conference picks.
Well, first of all, I'm going to start in the AFC. I think you're going to get a rematch of the divisional round. I think the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills are going to hook up. And the game's going to be in Baltimore, and Baltimore gets it right this time. I'm sorry,
Oh,
Josh.
wow, they're
Allen.
going to a Super
Yes,
Bowl.
Josh Allen has to swallow a bitter pill
another
again
loss.
at
Wow.
the hands of Lamar. I just think the Ravens are that good. They've been that close the last couple of years. People have talked of these are the two close teams that haven't been able to beat the Chiefs. They're the ones that are going to be the heir apparents to succeed the Chiefs in the AFC. Although I do like your Bengals pick, I'm going with these teams. I think it's in Baltimore. I got the Ravens winning the AFC Championship.
Wow.
That's a good pick. I wanted to take him, but I had to do something different.
Well, I hear you. In the interest of difference, people sometimes will do that, Steve.
For the NFC.
To the NFC, I'm buying the Micah Parsons acquisition. I like Green Bay. I think Jordan Love levels up at quarterback. You see more 23 Jordan Love, balanced offense with Jacobs running the ball, top 5 defense. I like Green Bay, and I like him playing the Rams. I think Stafford has a really good year. Verse, I said I think he's going to be Defensive Player of the Year. To win it, I'm going with the Packers.
Wow.
I think,
Great pick.
I think Jordan
Great pick.
Love, Matt LaFleur, and the Packers. I think Matt LaFleur
I love it.
gets
He
Jordan
gets it
Love
done.
to a Super Bowl when he couldn't get Aaron Rodgers to a Super Bowl, and they finally get it right. And the Super Bowl is going to be the Green Bay Packers versus the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep,
That'd
well
be a
said.
good one,
Well
Dan.
said.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we get the Super Bowl. I got the Cincinnati Bengals playing the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's going to be a close one, but the Eagles do win this one, and they're going to go for a repeat. The Eagles are back for a second time, and they get it done, but it's a close game.
Who was underrated? Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Jalen
Won't
Hurts.
be any more,
But Philly,
right?
but I think the dynasty ends. Well, whatever. It's a short period of time.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a back-to-back, and I think Philly will have a drop-off the following season.
Well, that roster is great, but it can't stay great
Yeah,
for
correct.
Yeah,
But I think they're going to get one more. I do.
Okay.
We will turn to Mr. Steve Retzer. Steve, give us your Super Bowl matchup and the winner.
All right, Brent. I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
And I do think that Baker Bros are just a little bit short. I'm picking the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
All right.
I know, surprise. They lost to the Eagles last year. I think they'll be ready to be in it and play again this year. That'll just be too much of a matchup for Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay
Is it a close game?
overachieved. I do have a close. I have a close game. I have the Chiefs winning by 3.
Okay.
Because
Does Travis Kelce ride off in the sunset with Taylor Swift after the game? And
He might be done.
Do
Yes.
we see this big, celebration with the Swifties and Kelce and?
I know he's going to be holding his kids up, or he's going to hold her up. I don't know.
Yes,
But that's
I don't
up
know.
to be determined.
Yeah.
But I got the Chiefs, baby.
Okay.
And we will get to the Mr. Dave Green Show. Dave, give us your Super Bowl picks and then the winner.
I think what a game I think it's going to be entertaining. I think the Packers versus the Ravens is going to be a good one.
Okay.
I think in the end, I think the Ravens win late on a field goal. I'm going to go 31-28 in what I think will be a really good Super Bowl.
Wow. I like your pick, though.
I think this is going to be a really good
That's a
game.
nice pick.
I was really tempted to take the Rams versus the Ravens, and it was close. And you know what swayed me on Green Bay, by the way, was the Micah Parsons move.
Yeah, the Micah Parsons,
I just think getting one of the 2 or 3 best defensive players, as we said, to add to already a great defense. And I'm buying a little bit of an improvement with Jordan Love with a balanced offense. I like the Packers, but I think the Ravens get it done. And John Harbaugh wins a second Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the Browns continue to get heartache because
Well, I know you don't like this pick because how much disdain you have for the
I don't like the
Baltimore
Ravens.
yeah.
I'm more of a Steelers guy than a Ravens guy. Or Retzer's the opposite.
How about neither guys?
I know, but you know what I mean. If I had to pick
How about
one,
neither guys, Steve?
if I had to take somebody to the dance, I'm taking the
Right.
Steelers.
Well,
Yeah, you're taking a gun to my head.
Not me,
I'm
not
leaving both on the side of the road,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
I know, I get it. I'm just saying if I had to pick one. I can't get over the move for the Baltimore. I just can't get over it. I'm sorry.
Let me just ask you this last question before we. I know we're running low on time here, but bottom line, how many teams could you guys legitimately see winning the Super Bowl this year?
Probably about 5 to 6.
I was going to say 6 to 7, but that might be on the high
I would
side.
say five. I would say 5 at least.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm closer to 6. Maybe you can even convince me of 7.
I don't think Buffalo would get there. I think the Ravens would be in. Let's go over that.
Yeah.
I think the Ravens would probably be in the mix for me.
Yeah.
I think Green Bay. I talked about them.
Yes.
I think I also said the Chiefs. That that would be another team.
The Rams.
And the Rams. And I don't think Houston would do it. I don't
No.
think they'd get there. I think I'm maybe missing one more team.
See, I would go. While you think about that for a second, I would go the Rams.
Commanders.
Okay, yeah, I'm not there. I would go the Rams, the Eagles,
Yeah.
and the Packers, and then the Lions would be probably my 4th.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
those coaching changes are real, so those would be
Yeah.
4. And in the AFC, I could probably only legitimately see Buffalo, Baltimore, and then I could possibly. I think Denver's going to win the division, but I think I could see Kansas City going further in the playoffs
Yeah.
than Denver could because of their experience and the Mahomes-Reed factor. So that's what I'm saying. 6 teams,
No.
maybe 7.
Steve, any thoughts on some outlier teams that might win the Super Bowl besides the 2 you take?
I do think the Rams have a good shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions definitely have a
Yeah,
shot.
I still do.
Even without their coordinators,
Yes.
I think they do. On the AFC end, Baltimore has a great shot. I absolutely
Yeah.
believe that.
I just think they're due.
You can't count Buffalo out. I know
Yeah.
they can't beat the Chiefs, but those are some teams. I don't think the Bengals. That's just my opinion, but yeah, those are some of the teams I think that could get there if we thought so or not.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, guys, this has been great. This is the finale of the trilogy.
Yes.
We survived. You did good, Dave. You did good. Steve, you did great.
Yes.
I thought this went well. Guys, any final thoughts on the extravaganza?
I really enjoyed it. And are you ready for some football, gentlemen?
I'm ready, Dave.
We're here.
It kicks off on Thursday. I'm pumped up.
November 4th.
I'm excited. Let's get on to the 2025 NFL season.
Yeah.
How about it, guys?
All right, guys. I got to say this. Brent, you took the Bengals. You took the Ravens.
Yes.
They're in our division.
Yeah.
We're Browns fans. We're a
Yeah.
Browns&Beyond podcast.
Yeah.
I want to see the Browns
You
in
took
this
Baker
eventually.
Mayfield.
Yeah.
I did.
And
I
you took
did.
Baker to really.
But I want the Browns to get in the conversation eventually. We're a few
Wow.
years away.
Wow.
We're maybe a decade away. We don't know.
Well, yeah.
But,
Might need to get in that dome first.
we
Or
mentioned
building
teams.
permits.
Oh, boy.
We mentioned teams right in our division, and I want the Browns to be there too. But guys, I had a lot of fun with this, and it was fun, guys.
All right, guys. This was a good one. Guys, have a good one. Have a good rest of your weekend. Take care.